Hey, Walt here from StogieReview.com with another video cigar review. This time around I'm doing kind of a revisit of a cigar we've reviewed in the past, and that is the Kendalls 724. And the reason I'm revisiting this cigar is because I've got really limited time between right now and when the review is supposed to be posted, which is later on tonight. So I was able to slip in one cigar. My daughter just laid down. I think she's going to take a nap for a little while. And it was either smoke something that I knew I would enjoy in the very limited time I had, or take a chance on something that I may not enjoy. So smoking something that I knew I would enjoy won out. And so I thought, we'll turn on the camera, we'll do a little revisit. It's been a little while since we smoked one of these cigars. And we'll talk about it a little bit, see if it still is as good as I remember it being. And just kind of, I don't know, touch base with it again. It's been a little while. And I don't have a whole lot of experience with the Kendall stuff. Up until recently, it just wasn't available to me. A lot of the catalogs didn't really seem to carry it. The local shops that I were going to were too small, and they really weren't branching out to this sort of boutique stuff. And I haven't been doing a whole lot of ordering for quite some time now. And now that I'm doing the bulk of my buying through Cigar Monster, and since this cigar was purchased from Cigar Monster, I was able to sort of revisit the brand that's been kind of a long time coming. So with that said, I'm going to smoke my 724 Robusto a little bit. I'll come back. We'll talk a little bit about it. We'll do that one more time, close out the video, and that'll be your review. Alright, well, I'm coming up on maybe the halfway point of my 724, and I'm going to say I'm enjoying it. I was a little surprised when I first lit it up and started smoking. It wasn't quite as vibrant or as flavorful as I remember, especially through the sinus. There wasn't that little bit of a Nicaraguan zing, that little bit of a punch, or that just little oomph that I remembered in previous cigars. This one seemed to be more subdued, kind of laid back, and initially, that kind of bothered me. I was a little down on it. I wanted a bigger, bolder cigar, but the more I smoke it, the more I appreciate that it's a little more laid back than I remembered. Now, it's worth noting that the last 724 I smoked was a little ways back, and it was a dog walker. And I think those have a tendency to be a little more powerful. So it could be just the size difference. But so far, I'm really enjoying it. It's medium bodied. If anything, it's maybe leaning a little bit more towards mild to medium. But it's kind of in there, medium bodied. It's got a smooth finish, it's easy on the palate. Got a little bit of a creamy texture. Getting some coffee notes, some woody notes. A little bit of pepper. Some spice through the sinus. Just not big, bold, powerful flavors like I remember in that little dog walker, but really good cigar. I'm enjoying it. I got these for a steal on Cigar Monster recently, and due to a really limited budget from circumstances earlier on this year, I'm really picky about what I'm buying, and I'm being very careful on things that I order. And I think I got these for maybe $23 a 5-pack, something like that. With free shipping, so I think it was a really good buy, and it's a cigar that I've enjoyed for a little while. I just don't smoke very many of them. As far as the construction is concerned, it's solid. It's burning well. I haven't needed to touch it up. Good smoke volume. It's dense. Coats the palate well. All in all, it's a good, solid smoking cigar, and the flavors are good so far. The only complaint that I have, and it really isn't much of a complaint, is I don't like the way they do their caps. There's a little nipple on them. I probably should have showed you that before I clipped the cigar, but when they apply the caps, there's a little bit of a nipple, and because I have a tendency to use scissors a lot, I tend to kind of roll the cap on my lip to wet it a little bit, and it makes clipping a whole lot easier. When there's a little nipple in there, it kind of gets caught on your lip, and it's just kind of weird. It's not necessarily a construction problem or anything like that. It's just kind of a little thing for me. I like a nice round cap. I don't like little nipples or projections or anything like that. When I'm smoking something like Robusto shaped, I want that nice Parejo, rounded shoulders, flat top kind of a thing going on. But really that's a very minor thing to complain about, and it's a very personal thing to complain about. So far so good. Well, my time with the K.A. Kendalls 724 is coming to a close, and I've got to say I'm really enjoying it. For a cigar that costs a little less than $5 a stick, I really don't think you can ask for much more. It's got good solid flavors. I'm getting some coffee, some woody flavors, some spice through the sinus, a little bit of pepper that kind of lingers on the palate a little bit. It's got a mildly creamy finish. It's easy on the palate. This is something that I think I could smoke, two of back to back if I wanted to, and I wouldn't feel burned out or weary from smoking two in a row. It's just a really good, solid, medium-bodied cigar. The flavor levels are probably closer to full, I would say. Being full-flavored, medium-bodied. It doesn't have mind-blowing, intricate flavors with lots of nuance. It's kind of, the cigar just kind of trudges forward and it gives you good, solid flavor. This isn't one of those cigars where you have to sit down and focus, every little ounce of your brain power on the cigar to determine what flavors are in it. It's just a good, solid cigar, and for the price, I really don't think you can go wrong. I'm very happy with the 724, and I'll be smoking more of them in the future if they continue to be put on sale through Cigar Monster. This is something that would most definitely become a staple in my humidor. So if the K.A. Kendalls 724 Robusto sounds like it's up your alley, put an order and go to your local shop, see if you can find them. If they don't have them, maybe they can get them. And if you're stuck in a position where you really don't have a local shop, they are available online, and it looks like Famous is one of the larger distributors, or one of the larger retailers where you can get your hands on some. So check them out. Hit the comment section below. Tell me what you think of the K.A. Kendalls 724.